वेलकम फ्रेंड टू अवर प्रोग्राम सेलिब्रेशन ऑफ सक्सेस, जहां पर हम सेलिब्रिटी सक्सेसफुल पीपल, people who have done extraordinary work, people who are doing extraordinary work, we meet them, we talk to them, we listen to them, and we also get motivation from them. So today we have a young lady who can tell us more about the young world. So I say young India at 75. So let's hear from our speaker today, Adeeba Rehman. She is also author of a book at very young age. Adeeba ji, आपका हमारे प्रोग्राम में बहुत बहुत स्वागत है. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you, sir.
So we see India at 75 at very young, and there are many promises which these young people will fulfill. Adeeba ji, we would like to know your life journey and the work which you have done and you are doing.
Yeah. So I would begin with my school life. It happened here in Vasai only. And then a very normal college life, I mean the 11th, 12th. And after 11th, 12th, I got a 100% scholarship to have that training done in a very 5-star hotel, a very well-known property. And I went there, I did that. I mean, that was for good 10 months or a year or so. And then came back here because pandemic happened. And as we all know that pandemic, we were all at homes. And of course, at that time, I lived with my family and it was a very good time. We got time to spend time with our families. And then currently, after, of course, pandemic, something has to start. And I am currently now a management training at SKC, which was also my college from which I finished my 11th, 12th. So I went there as an intern. Of course, I joined there as an intern. And then if they have a summer internship program. So once you finish that, then you can become a management trainee under the mentorship of respected Dr. Stanley Pinto. So he grooms you, he trains you to become a management trainee, to speak out. And yeah, so I'm doing that currently.
And about your book, madam?
My book, okay. I think my book is very special because this is the first book that I'm writing, and never in my life I thought that I could write a book because it just never came in my mind. I mean, nobody just gets up one morning and thinks that, okay, come on, we'll write a book. That does not happen. And the same was in my case. There was nobody all of these years to say कि आप book लिख सकते हो. मुझे ऐसा लगता था कि you have to be very knowledgeable, very intelligent to write a book. But the reality is that it takes only 40 days, of consistent hard work and work to consistently sit and write, and then you can write a book. It is that easy. So yeah, there was somebody like an angel who came in my life and just inspired me to write a book about my experiences. So yeah, this book happened. So my book is nothing but something which I could never think of, and it is really, really special, like a special gift gifted to me.
Okay, so one learning from Abhida's book that you need not be expert, you need not be knowledgeable, still you can write book and you can write about your experience.
I mean, you should just have that that thing in your heart that I want to become an author. I mean, just that tagline inspired me the most, that okay, you can be an author or author of one book, and that just gave me a kick. Chalo likh sakte hai. And I started, getting all knowledge from everywhere, and I was like, come on, we can, what it takes to write a book. And I think it starts with just one pen and paper. So you have to just start writing it, and then it just going.
Well said, well said. Right, requires book and pen and paper or a laptop.
Or a laptop, yeah. In my case, it is pen and paper.
Yeah.
Laptop, no.
A lot of people still relate to pen and paper. That's a good
Pen
thing.
and paper, yeah.
So you have studied in SKC and you are also working there. So what change? What big difference it has made in your life?
SKC, well, a very big difference. Whatever I think I am now, I owe it all to SKC, because I was a very underconfident, very nervous, very timid child when I was in my school. I did my schooling from a different school altogether. Of course, not demeaning or defaming my school. From starting from first standard coming to 10th standard, of course they've taught me a lot. But still, after 13 years of studying there, I was underconfident to get up on the stage and speak any day, or to dance, or to pursue my passion. I think all that did not happen there. Whereas when I came to SKC, I think the first day I had experienced all of it. It made me playing games or learning to speak or communication skills, and then the whole year throughout it kept happening. So, of course, academic knowledge, academic studies, of course, yes, that happened. So, learning physics, chemistry, biology, eco, math, IT, all of that, yes, that happens. But there's a little more to life, and I think SKC understands that. So, it makes it very important for any school to put that knowledge and put that skills in you, so that in life, because um ऐसा बोलते हैं कि when once you finish your schooling, and then when the real life starts, nobody is asking how much percentage, or nobody is seeing your mark sheets, or nobody is asking आपको कितना physics, biology, chemistry आता है. So in life, with the life skills that you need, that is time management, money management, how to communicate with people, how to talk, all of that, I think, is given to me by SKC, purely by SKC. So my life suddenly changed. I became more confident. Now I can go to places and I can speak out loud without any hesitation. So yeah, all of that has happened in SKC, which earlier was to me a very big nightmare for me. I mean, standing on stage was a big problem to me. I could never do so. And of course, writing a book also happened from here only, SKC only. So it is very, very special. I mean, of course, SKC में बाकी बच्चों ने 11th 12th किया है, but I am very lucky that I'm still connected to SKC somehow. May it be internship, or may it be management training, or just writing a book, which is powered by SKC. So yeah, all of these things has made SKC very, very special.
In short, SKC prepares you to have a better life and prepares you for a life.
Have a better life, and to experience that actual essence of life. I mean, it is not just sitting on a bench and desk and just reading book, or and then somebody having to teach you on the blackboard. It is very different from other schools. I mean, it makes your life really happening. So we call it the happening school. The tagline itself is that. So it's not boring to be a student there. I mean, any kid would actually want to get up morning at 7 and go to school, whereas we see kids who don't want to go to school. So that does not happen there.
Okay, madam, tell us something more about your book, what you have written, what is this all about?
My book, okay. So as I said, that after my 10th and 12th, where I completed my 12th standard, I got this opportunity for being a welcome lead. They call it a welcome lead, and which is basically getting trained there. So I was there for 10 months, and how the process goes, like you have to go in and do several interviews, and once you get selected, they select only one from every state. So I was the one representing Maharashtra. So I was the only one who got selected, and then we had different people coming from Kolkata, Surat, and all of that. So that's how it happened, and then the life just began, wherein you were supposed to go in and work at different departments. Sometimes it was like for 3 months it was housekeeping, for 4 months it was front desk. I mean, the different departments that a hotel has. And because you were a welcome lead, I mean, again, it is like getting trained by them. So we were called as baby managers. So we used to go in all other departments and learn from the managers that how it is, how the service is, or how the work is to be done. And so yeah, that's what the job was. But one thing which I actually imagined, or which I expected before going to a five-star property, um, was very different than what the reality was. I mean, I thought something, and I, of course, when a small town girl goes there to work in between so many, young people, knowledgeable people, and they were all so, typical people who are five. I mean, how a five-star property works. Like, you all see all polished girls and good people speaking good English, whereas I was this child who has not even seen a five-star property before in life. So I went there with a lot of expectations, but the reality was totally different. I mean, very different. And because we were put in all other departments, I realized that whatever, of course, I had thought is a very different. And many a times it came out as a shocker to me that okay, this also happens. We nobody knows, and all of that things which the outside world doesn't know about a five-star property is in my book. So all of those experiences, I've just penned down them in the book, and I think it's all about all my experiences, what I thought and what I actually saw there, what actually happens behind those curtains, if we say of a five-star property, all of those, beautiful, polished, faces which you see when you enter a hotel. What actually goes around is what my book is all about.
Yes. So, Adeeba, you have done a lot of things at a very young age. And how you see role of young generation in shaping up India in times to come?
Young India, okay. So yes, of course, I see that I think they make a lot of contribution in what this world would be after 5 years or after 10 years. I certainly feel that young India and the upcoming generation, they are very smart. They're very updated with the technology. They're very good when it comes to speaking, talking, or just being themselves. I think that is very important. People earlier, I mean, my generation or a generation ahead, they all wanted to become something or become somebody, and they did not accept themselves, whereas I don't see this in this generation. Everybody is very cool about themselves. Everybody is okay, this is how I am. I mean, they're very confident about what they're doing, and they very well know what they're doing. I mean, there is always a plan for them, whereas in our case that did not exist. So we always said, okay, मम्मी ने बोला तो कॉमर्स ले लिया, पापा ने बोला तो साइंस ले लिया, पापा बोले नहीं डॉक्टर ही बनूं तो डॉक्टर बनना है. Whereas this generation, they're very smart. They know what they're doing, and there's a lot of support, of course, from the parents also. So I think that is what we need for a world to go ahead or to reach heights. It is very important that a young mind, or the youth of India, follows their heart and follows what they're doing, because only then they'll be happy about what they're doing, and they'll do that thing much passionately. So of course, they updated with all of the technologies. I think technology plays a very important part there. There are so many things which the earlier generation did not get, and they are getting it. So that keeps them always ahead, and yeah, it definitely plays a very important part when it comes to India's growth.
What is your future plans?
My future plan. Okay, my future plan keeps changing actually. So, like, writing a book was never in the plan. It was never in the bucket list. It just happened. So, I feel I am somebody who takes life as it comes. There is no such plan. But not that there's no goal or there's no destiny, and you're just walking on a false path. That does not happen with me. I have planned something, but if there's something which comes in the middle and I feel no, I think change my way, I do that. So
It's
of
a
course,
flexibility.
writing a book,
There is a flexibility.
yeah, there's flexibility. Right, like writing a book would take a lot. So it was a whole change in my routine, in my schedule, and I did that. I was pretty okay with that. Of course, it affected other things also, but I did that. So that happens. Whereas if you're asking now to answer that question of yours, what is the future plan? I definitely want to become a trainer, for which I'm getting groomed. So as of now, that is the goal. So getting all that training done and making notes and collecting information from everywhere. So yeah, that is what I am up to now. But in the middle, if there's anything which comes which is better than being a trainer, then I would do that. So 10 years down the line, if you see this interview, you'll be like, Adeeba, ye nahi kar rahi hai abhi, Adeeba, ye kar rahi hai. You should be pretty okay with that. You don't get surprised if I do something else.
So trainer also is now what you have in mind is changing forms, because lot of role of technology and hybrid working and everything is coming in. But you are confident, so I think you will take care of that very well. We would like to know your message to the world.
My message to the world. I think something that I've always stuck on and which I really believe in is having gratitude, which now I see really lacking in people. You should, of course, they're very confident and they, as I said, they know what they're doing and all of that. But there are some things which our parents have taught, and you should actually, take that in mind and lead life. So gratitude is something which is very important. You should always, no matter how high you fly, you should never forget your roots. So staying down to earth, always humble and always going back and thanking God, thanking your parents, and no matter how high or how, no matter where you reach in life, it is very important to have that feeling of humbleness and gratitude. I think that will always keep that a bit humanity left in people and still keep you human. So it is very important to have that feeling of gratitude. And also when you do that, I think you are very you feel very free, very clean hearted, very light, because there is this one-on-one connection with the God. I think when he grants you something, you go back and you thank, and then there's nothing in your heart left. Okay, so एक वो बोझ नहीं रहता है यहाँ पे, you're clean there. So that is something I feel should be there in this generation, which is that.
It get completed also. The things
Yeah.
get completed. So thank you, Adeeba, for coming and talking to people so much about your confidence and all the work you have done. And we wish you all the best for all your endeavors. Thank you so much.